Am I audible? I want to believe I am audible. This evening, I want to say thank you for joining us in today's class. And today's class promises to be a very great one. I believe you can hear me. I be- it's going to be a very great one. I'm going to try as much as possible to be straight size. So, but yesterday I promised us that I was going to conclude where I where the audio. Let me just go over it again. I stopped when we're talking about typography. The Whenever you are designing your website, I have told you yesterday that you should not use more than two font family. So you just make sure that it's not muddled up, and you ensure the fonts that you use, they are legible, people can read it. That's very, very important. So I have told you the different types of fonts that we have. So you just need to pay attention to that. So and then I think one of the things I was trying to say yesterday, but you couldn't hear me, is the fact that if you cannot hear me, drop it in the Telegram group. Let me know. If you cannot hear me, let me know. If you cannot hear what I'm saying, please let me know. So if you can hear me in the Telegram group, just drop something for me, please, so that I will know. Now, there's what we call color psychology and palettes. There's a way color endears you to your audience. There's a way color endears your visitors to your brand. So, for example, if you are looking at finance or health sector, for finance or in the health sector, you can use blue color. And you may not have problem if your clients already have a logo or they have a brand color. But at times you may have clients that they are clueless as touching this. So what you need to do is to be able to tell them that, yes, this is what I am going to be using. This is the color I feel you can use. So you can use blue color as the primary color and use some other complementary colors to make it work for you. I hope you get that. So finance, health, you use blue color. For sales, NGOs, the food industry, you use red, because red stands for urgency and action. So red stands for urgency and action. If you look at most web pages, especially pages where they sell something, they sell things. What can you say about the buy now button? I believe you know that the buy now button is always red color. It is always a red color. The reason why it is red color is because it calls for urgency, it calls for action. So if you are designing a website for a sales business or an NGO or in the food industry, you can use red color. For eco brands, for wellness and all that, you can use green color, because green stands for growth and peace. Stand for growth and peace. So, and we have tools.co and Adobe Color. These are the tools I personally use to pick colors when I am working with websites. I use it to pick colors so that everything will go the way it should. So, palette example, we have the monochromatic, the complementary, the triadic. Don't worry, when we get to that stage, I will show you how you can use the Adobe Color to pick colors for your brand. So don't worry, I will make sure I do that. So that's that on what I wanted to continue yesterday. I believe you can hear me. I believe you can hear hear me? So if you have any question, I can take them. So if you have any question, please just drop it in the group here. I can take it from there. So let me take this now. So oh so let me go back to what I have for you today. Now, today's class is going to be very, very instructive. And like I said, it's going to be practical oriented. So today we'll be looking at local WordPress setup and dashboard. That's what that's what we will be looking at today. And I welcome you once again to the day 3 of Web Design Business Masterclass. And I am still your teacher, your instructor, Shunde Abiola David. People call me Uncle Alikama. And I want to believe the journey for the past 2 sessions has been a rewarding one. So today we build on what we already know, what we already have, so that we come up with something that we'll be proud of. Please, can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. I just want to show you are following me, please. So let's go over to what I have today. I always start with a welcome story. There's this guy called Chinedu. He's a new web designer who wants to try out WordPress. He has been hearing about WordPress and he wants to try it out. He's a newbie anyways. He's looking for ways of, finding his way around it. So today, just like Chinedu, we'll be installing WordPress locally and we'll learn how to navigate the dashboard. So by the end of this session, your environment will be ready, your web design environment will be ready, and you will know where all your key settings, where they are. You'll be able to know it. That's what I want to do today. So learning objective today, to install and configure a local server. Already I've done the past video, but I'm just going to go over the slide once again. And please go back to that video and watch it. It is very, very important. Then I'll go to teach you again how to create. I will also show you how to connect a MySQL database via PHP MyAdmin. Then how you can complete your WordPress installation process. I've done that also in that video. So I wouldn't want to go back because of time. To hit on what we want to do today. Then lastly, you will understand key dashboard menus function. Once you get to the WordPress dashboard, there's a menu there, and those menus have specific functions. You will know what these functions, what they stand for. So you will know what they stand for, and you'll be able to use it as we go. Now, let me give you some key definition of some key terms so you know what I'm talking about. Now, as a web designer, a new web designer, you are just starting out, there are some terms that you need to start getting yourself conversant with. One of the first terms is what we call local server. So when I talk about local server, we are talking about a software or an application that runs on your laptop to host sites offline. So it's any software that you run on your PC to host sites offline. So software inside the software, you have applications like Apache applications, MySQL application, the PHP applications, and some other powerful applications that makes websites to work. So local server, you should know that. So we also have web host or web server. Web server are the ones that are online that you use in hosting your site online. So when I'm using local, I'll be using more of local server because we will be running all our training on local server. So I'll be using local server. Once I switch to web server or web hosting, so you know that I've switched to online software that makes our sites to come online. So we have also what we call a term called XAMPP or Laragon. It's a bundle package for easy local web server setup. XAMPP, WAMP, Laragon, all these are powerful applications that are packed together for easy local web server setup. So through this app, you can set up your system as your local server. So you can set up your system as your local server, and of course it will really work well. It will really work well. So you need to understand that. Then we also have what we call um, database. Database is any organized storage for site content and settings. Any organized storage for site content and setting, we call it what? Database. So for example, the database we use here, um, any the dashboard. The dashboard is the admin area where you control content. You control content, you control appearance, and you control the setting. You do pretty much quite a lot of things from the dashboard. What local server is, what XAMPP stands for, what database stands for, PHP my admin is there, and the dashboard. Now you should know these key terms. Now installing your local server. I have told you in that video, I said you will download your XAMPP on your Windows or your Linux or Mac OS, whatever system you are using, they have their own version. Then you install it running their installer. Of course, inside the XAMPP, you will come across Apache software, and you come across MySQL modules too. So all these are what you need to make your website. So then after that, you launch your control panel and you start your Apache and your MySQL service. And how do you know if your setup is working fine? It is by visiting this URL. It is by visiting this URL here, http / localhost. That is how you know that your XAMPP has been clearly well configured. So let me go over to my screen. So and I show you this is XAMPP here. XAMPP. So I already installed my XAMPP here, and this is the control panel. So this is to start all this module for your XAMPP to work. So if I want to call server, I will just come over and type https not https. So So, or you type localhost php admin. This is how to enter into your database. Is how to enter into your database is S. Go right away. So the server is low. Don't worry, don't mind it on this using this guy for that are more than more. So I'm writing a code now. I'm writing a software. So it's very low. So you have some database creation with PHP admin. So just like the step I followed in the last in that video, the first video I created, I said you go to http://localhost-phpMyAdmin in the browser, then you can enter a database name, then choose this for brand compatibility, then click on create your database WordPress. I already showed you that, but let me go over it here. So what we are saying is that you come over to this PHP localhost/phpMyAdmin, you new icon. You click on this new icon. So this page will load. You'll be told to pick a name. So just give it any name. Shown day, I am shown day. Then you are told to pick UATF. Just leave it the way it is and click create. That's all. Just click create. That's all. So you have a database that is working for your WordPress. Now, there's another thing you need to know. Because that's not all. After you have created this database, you have to give the database a privilege. So you have to give the database come over after creating the database. You click on create. Don't worry, I'm not creating anything. You come over to you pick that database. Let me use my first website as an example. You click on this database. So website, immediately you add your database, the database will be listed here. So you come over, you click on that database, which is this place will this something like see something like this. You are seeing this because I already configured WordPress. Starting a new you are creating a new database. You see something like this. You just come, so click on user. Then you type your username. You now type your username, any name you can remember. You leave this host, just leave wait, then you put in password and retype the password. You type the password, then you check all. You click on check all. Do you get that? Then you click on go. But I will not do that. So with that, you have binded your database with this account, with a username and a password. You have bound this database with a username and a password using this privilege. So that's what we are in that video. So you can see different apps and application and website I've been working on, and look at the profile, the database account that I've username and password, the account that I've created for each of them. So you need to understand that. So I just say that by the side so that we'll be on the same page. Now let's move over to, I hope you are not lost. Nobody must be lost. You have to be here. Don't have to be lost. You have to be here. So now that you have created your database, you now come over to your WordPress installation. I told you that whenever you are working with your XAMPP, you want to make a website, a script to work offline on XAMPP. There's a folder called the htdocs folder. That is where you will upload any scripts that you want it to run on the server. So you come over here. So let me go back again. Sorry. So let me go back again. So I said you go and download WordPress. So already I have my WordPress here. Don't worry, I'm just going over this again so that step you can go back to the video. It's on the Telegram group, you see there. So this is the WordPress application, the WordPress script that I've downloaded already. So you just unzip it. It's always in zip format. You just unzip it. That's why you can see it here. Now copy it. I'm using WordPress 6.8.1. You now click on copy. You now go this PC here. Go over to your local disk. Go over to XAMPP. Do you see that? Then go over to htdocs. Where is it here? Then you paste it. You paste. Just paste it. So after you have pasted it, you now rename it. You give it a name. For example, here, this is a WordPress website that I uploaded. I renamed it my first website. My first website. Did you see that? My first website. That is the name. So that whenever I now want to open this website here, so let me go back to my slide so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see what I'm talking about. Let me go back to the website. Oh, sorry, this is not the slide. So let me go back here. Now, whenever you want to now view that website on your local server, this is the URL you will use. http localhost / the name of that folder, that renaming of that folder. That is what you will use. Do you get that? Do you get that? Then if you are installing WordPress and you'll be asked for your database name, the username, the password. I have told you that you should make sure that every detail you created in your WordPress, in your database, in your PMyAdmin database, every details, please write them down because you'll be using it to fill these details here. So you also, if you have scaled through this step 3, you'll be taking step 4, which is set title, admin username. You'll be asked for this as well. Just put in something about the website that you are creating. Now, this is where it gets interesting. To now enter, so with this, your WordPress will redirect you to a login page. Your login page, you just put in the username here, name and this password. Then it will take you straight away to the back end. It will take you straight away to the back end of WordPress. Let me go over here. I need to say, now, let's come over here. This is I said you will go to localhost / the name of the folder, the WordPress folder that you have renamed to the name of the website you want to create. So if I click enter here, my default WordPress website should open. Or you have something like this. See a page like this, a very awkward and uninviting page like this. You see a page like this, very awkward and non-inviting. You see a page like this, awkward. So that shows to you that your WordPress is successful. Your WordPress is successful. Now, this is the front page. This is the home page of your website. Now, let's say after some time, you now come back to continue your design, your WordPress design. This is the URL you will use. I go back to this slide again. See this URL. HTTP logo slash the name of that folder that you renamed slash WP dash admin. You can write that down. Slash WP dash admin slash WP dash admin. So let me go back to my browser and you see. So I'll come over here, localhost slash my first website slash WP dash admin. So this will now ask me for my username and my password. Remember that username and password that you use in install. So it's going to ask you, so you give it that. So then you have, I think, I hope I'll be able to remember this username. I just hope so. I am okay. No, my first website. I hope it is this. Yeah. So let me log in. I just hope it is this. Is this? Let me use this. Let me use this. I didn't write down the details, so that's why you are seeing this error. So let me just go and easily go and check for the username I used. Of course, I know the shouldn't be showing you this, but it is what it is. So I want to use. So I come over to this my database here, which is this. I come over to WP user, and then I'm Alicam. I'll come over to my login page. That's how to check if you forgotten your details, but make sure you will remember your password anyways. That one is very, very important. So just click on login. It should work now. Directed to your back end or your dashboard. We call it dashboard or back end. So I think I am being redirected now. I think that should be it. Admin. So this is the dashboard. That now I have access to the front end and the dashboard. So you come over here. You want to see view your website up here, right? I want to be sure you are. is the script or code to expand the possibility of a website. For example, now the website you just saw is very ugly looking. You want to make sure you want to do a pop-up. You want to do a welcome and coming soon stuff, coming soon page, something like that. You want to make your website an event portal. Those are added functionalities to your website. You achieve that using plugins. Now, themes are apparent. They are scripts written to give a feel, to determine the appearance of your website, the look and the feel of your website. So these are the two core things that you must master. You must know how to find your way around when you are designing your website, especially in WordPress. You must be able to find your way around this. It is so important. Now, there are two types of, plugins can be in two forms. I don't want to say there are two types of plugins. They can be in two forms. Plugins can be free. What did I say? Plugins can be free. Actually, what's these developers, these plugin developer, WordPress developers, software plugins developers, and team developers, what they do is that they give you free and they upload it on the WordPress directory or the WordPress dashboard so that you can use it, but they won't give you the full functionality. So they will limit the functionality of the themes or the plugin you are using. That's why we call them freemiums or free. And those ones are available for free on the WordPress dashboard. But I am someone that I needed something very cool. I needed something very powerful. I have to go for something. So most times the premium plugins and the themes that you have, they are paid for. And the reason why they are paid for is that they give you added functionalities, and the maker or the designer or the developer of such plugins and themes, they give you support. If there's any update, they give you updates. If there's any vulnerability on the themes or the plugins, they treat the vulnerability so that your website will be safe from hackers. So, and the unfortunate thing is that most of these premium plugins, they cannot be found on the WordPress dashboard. You have to go to the site of the manufacturer, or we have some script selling websites like Envato. Envato is the name of the website. You can Google search it after now. Envato is the name. So most of these people, these developers, they take their plugins and their thing, they take it there. So they can sell it for as low as $20. So that is it. So you will be the one to now determine which one do I want to use. But I tell you can start with free and upgrade to premium. But because you are in this masterclass, I have a website that I use in downloading some of these premium themes and plugins. The only thing is that some of these themes are plugins, they don't have support. We call them nulled plugins. Nulled plugin, meaning that they have found a way around it to make it premium, and you don't have support from it. So from time to time, you need to manually update those plugins or those themes. So, but don't worry, in the next class, I will show you how to do that. Now, what are the factors to consider when you are choosing themes or plugins? Number one, it is your download stats. Look at the download statistics. How many people have downloaded these plugins? The more downloads, the better it is, the more useful it is. Do you get that? Reviews. Look at the reviews. What are people saying? Don't worry, I will show you how you can figure that out now. So, but I just want to say this so you see and you will know before I now show you. Reviews. What are people saying about this website? Look at the feedback from people. Then also you have stars. For every review, there's a star. There's a star rating. There's a star rating. Look at the star rating. you are having a team that does not have any star, or you have just 2 out of 5 stars, then you know that that plugin or that theme is not doing well. Then project compatibility. There are some plugins does not work with some themes. There are some themes that some plugins will not work with. So you need to know which plugin work with certain themes. Do you get that? Then support. You must be sure that the themes or the plugins you are using, they have support. The developer creates support and updates. Of course, frequency of updates. They update the plugins and the things from time to time. Once you go to the you go to WordPress directory and you discover that it's not being updated for 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, 2 years. In fact, 2 months, 3 months is still okay. But 1 year, 2 years is not being updated. That shows that that theme or that plugin is not something you should go for. Now, I want to go over to some of the things that you need to know in the WordPress menu breakdown. Let me just run this over so that I will just go over and I'll take the practical sessions. In the plugin, in the WordPress dashboard or the backend, you see something like home. From this home, you see the site health, the update, the quick draft area. I will show you all that. Then you have a post menu, post and page menu. So in this post and page menu, you can manage your blog post and you can create pages. You can create posts and you can create pages. Under media, you can upload images, videos, and files. You can upload it, you can pre-upload it. Then we also have appearance. It is under this appearance that you can install your themes. It's this place that you install your themes, you can customize your themes, you create your menus, your widget. It is through this side that you do that. Then these plugins here, this plugin where you install your plugin, you activate it, you can also remove your plugins. Then you have the general settings. So we have the settings, which are general setting, the reading setting, the permanent. So just a breakdown of it. Let me just go over straight to practical so much of our time. Now, this is the WordPress. So this is the home I was talking about. So under this home, you will see updates. So you see your website status, health status. It said it should be improved. I'm saying that this site has critical issues that should be addressed as soon as possible. So you have your quick drafts. Immediately, if I want to create a post, I can easily do that here and all that. So activity, all these are just stuff. So you can dismiss it for them to go. You can drag it around depending on what you want to do. You can drag this around. See how I'm dragging? Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do with it. So you can play around this dashboard, the dashboard. So this update, if you click on this update, you will see if your WordPress needs an update, because from time to time, WordPress will always update their framework so that you're exposed to vulnerability. So you must always come here to check for update. An icon here telling me that there's an update that needs to be done for the website. If there's an update for plugin, you see it. If there's an update for your team, this is where you will see it. You see your team are all up to date. But it's saying that this plugin needs to be updated. So it is from this side that you see the updates. Now for posts here, you see if you click on all posts, let's click on post. So you see all posts. These are the categories you have here. You can pick either of these category. If I want to create a post, I just click on add. So I can also click on add. So if I want to create new category, I can click on categories into blogging. If you're doing all that. I hope I'm making sense. Let me check my home. go. I think making sense. Okay. I think I have it. Okay. So So I think the Elementor is now loaded. So all you need to do is to click on activate. So click on act. Oh, so immediately you see new themes have been at visit site. So let's visit this site. Let's refresh our and check if. So let me just to see. So as you can see, it has changed. It has changed to this theme. Hard plugins. So all these are what we call the WordPress directory that I was talking about. These are the WordPress directory I was talking about. And plugins. Look, this is the rating I told you about. These are the ratings, 6 million active installation. Perhaps similar to this, I would rather be. So let's install Elementor. We are using Elementor as our connected to the internet. Please take note, please. See, my internet is on. So you have to be connected for it to work. So already saying activate Elementor. So let me click, just click on activate. Working with Teams, you're working with plugins. You're working with plugins. That is the beauty of web design. That's the beauty of WordPress. And you need to take note of this. You need to take note of this. Now let me play around as well. What Elementor alone has 10 million active installations. So that shows that 10 million websites they are running on Elementor. 10 million. So you are not you are not a you are not you're a VIP in the game as well. So you are joining 10 million other people to use this tool to design their stuff. So it's going to do this onboarding for you, but I would not do that. I just click on, just cancel it. So I'll just cancel this onboarding. This LO team, the LO team that I installed, LO Elementor team that is now here. The Elementor, whatever team or plugin that you have installed, you always have. Let's install another plugin so that you will see what I'm talking about. Let's install another plugin. Let's install let's install WP. Add plugin. Don't be like me. Add plugin. Add plugin. Add plugin. Feed, catch or cache, whatever. So it will load this. So Lightspeed cache has 7 million. What do we use it for? We use it to increase our page speed. That's what we use this plugin for. So it has 7 million and it has 2,644 reviews. So if you want to know more about the reviews, see the last updated 1 day ago. So this is a pretty, recent and up-to-date software and scripts, plugins. And of course, it's also very free. This plugin is free. There's no premium. It doesn't have premium. It's free all through. So you come over to more details to know what people are saying. This is the review I was talking about. So this is how you pick your plugins and your themes. Same also goes for themes. So in fact, all these themes, they have their own installation. The screenshots too, the way they work, their backend, the way they work is always there. Then reviews. What are people saying? What are people saying about the plugins? Can you see? They are always